I got a question for you guys.
Shoot.
I've been very aware of this for a super long period of time, but I never dove into it. And here, I mean, it's not going to be a shocker to you. Gridfinity.
Yep.
The 3D. So for everybody at home who doesn't know what it is, Gridfinity is like this. Let's call it it's a made up standard.
Yeah, it's like an organization system or ecosystem.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And so you print this like, lattice work. Think of it almost like an egg carton type thing.
Yep.
It's like a square lattice work. And then you create these bins that are of the standard size. So then you can like open up a drawer, put all the bins in, reorganize them, and everything is, should be compatible with one another. Have you guys done this, used this, explored it? Give me your pros, cons, thoughts. You love it, you hate it. Tell me about it.
Yeah, I've thought about it quite a bit, but I've never pulled the trigger on it.
Okay.
It looks great. Like behind me, I have 2 IKEA kind of like low storage units. Essentially, it's just like chest of drawers.
Yeah.
And I have considered at many times just printing Gridfinity inserts for all of them. But then I'm always like, I don't know, I have 6 drawers times 2 things to print the actual, just the grid, not even the cups. That's probably like 80 hours of printing or something crazy like that.
You can print them stacked on top of one another too.
Oh, can you now?
And then just break them apart. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know
it's like
that.
support filament?
Yeah, well, I think it just does like you're doing support filament between the layers.
Okay.
Except it's not support filament. It's just, they're spaced just enough that they snap apart.
Okay.
Interesting.
And bring me back around.
There is a plugin for Fusion 360.
I just downloaded that.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
And then that'll let you build the base, like the grid on the bottom of whatever object it is that you're wanting to do, and it'll fit it to whatever, to fit Gridfinity.
You make it 3 squares by 4 squares or units or whatever the hell they call it. Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's also another one that I use for walls. That's called, I think it's called like hex.
Like the hexagon octagon thing.
Yeah, honeycomb hex wall or something like that. And those like snap in. They're a little smaller. They're like this big around, but they snap in, and it's really good for like vertical surfaces because like I don't know the Gridfinity for vertical surfaces I've heard isn't great. Like nothing like snaps into place like that.
Sure.
So it doesn't like hold as well. But for like drawers, it's fantastic. And I've used it a little bit. But I am planning to use it for a little organization that I'm doing here. I've been designing the thing and then working with the plugin to get that for Gridfinity to do all my desk gear.
So no one's really gone in. Well, Scott said he loves Gridfinity. Nobody has really gone like, of the 3 of us, no one's really gone all in on it. Yeah.
No, I would like to, but it's just, it's a time thing.
Right. I was just thinking like, you got that sick, that scanner thing,
Yeah, true. I guess I could like scan drawers. Although I think it's easier to just go tape measure. Or you mean scan objects to
scan objects to make like the cutouts, the almost like a Kaizen foam kind of deal, kind of like what you did with your Milwaukee pack out.
Yes. Yeah.
Impact socket set, right?
Mm-hmm. So I've heard that I haven't tried this yet, but with like making those little inserts, you can actually take like a sheet of paper with like a ruler next to it and then put the object on there, take a top down photo and then put that in Google Gemini and it'll highlight the object for you and make
like the SVG.
Make your SVG and everything that you then drop into.
I mean, you could also
make your cutout.
You could also take that similar workflow, right? Take a photo with a ruler, import it into Fusion as a canvas.
That's what so I'll be honest, when I made my pack out insert, I didn't 3D scan my impact gun. I just took a photo of it over top of some grid paper. Mm-hmm. And then I imported that into Fusion 360, drew some lines around it. Bob's your uncle.
Hey, did you do straight lines or did you do like the fit point spline thing?
I just did straight lines and I filleted some of the corners and stuff like that.
It was good enough. Like
it was good enough. Like
if it's within a millimeter, which honestly is pretty big tolerance, like I ain't going anywhere. You don't want it to be unbelievably tight anyway, so you're not going to get the damn thing out of there.
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
You want it like tight enough that it doesn't rattle around too much. But honestly, I mean, with my pack out thing, it was tight to the lid. Like the
Right.
lid closes down tight on it, so it doesn't move around no matter what. So I just made it kind of generous so that I had plenty of space to get my fingers in there and pick it up.
That's what she said.
Yeah.